The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McLean. Tucson's favorite family show.
All right, and welcome to the Common Good Radio Show. I'm your host this week, Ron Arenas, with my co-hosts. I have two of them this week, Alyssa and Frank the Tank.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Frank the Tank. It's going to be a party today, boss.
It's going to be a party today.
All right.
I like the disclaimers. It's just for me. That's what it was.
Right. And today we have our first guest, James Piper from Piper Family Painting.
Hey guys,
welcome.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you again.
You too. You as well.
I see you all the time.
I know.
I see you all the
Having
time,
Frank's
baby.
presence in the studio is very ominous. Of me.
Yeah.
That's a good word, ominous.
It's okay. I have a face for radio and a voice for Braille.
I would agree with
So
that.
it's okay. Normally I'm sitting in the corner in a different room.
Well, James is definitely one of our networking partners that we see all over the place, networking and just helping each other out with our businesses, referring each other, and doing all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's part of what I do is refer people like you guys.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's part of the networking process that I found is much more enjoyable is to refer other people
Yeah.
than to try to sell yourself all the time. And
Right.
the more you refer other people and the more you can make connections with other people, like Frank's a good one to grab me and say, hey, you haven't met this person yet.
Mhm.
You need to come over and meet this person really quick. For me, that's the fun part.
It's
of
huge, yeah.
networking. Yeah.
It is.
I love it.
Yeah.
We call it the reciprocity of income instead of the return of investment. It's whatever I give out is what we get back in. So I think the more we throw out, the more people are like, oh, we got to make sure Frank's taken care of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh,
And
definitely.
Ron, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's much more effective for businesses to have other people refer them because you get that social proof. And law of reciprocity is actually a path to power. If you give someone something, they're more willing to give you back. So whenever you give a referral, you're going to get one back.
I love it.
Yep. So James, tell us about your business, Piper Family Painting.
Yeah, so we are a painting contractors. We are licensed for interior, exterior, residential, commercial. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. We specialize in interior occupied spaces. So coming into homes where there's a lot of children or, families been in a home for 15 plus years and, there's lots of memories sitting around, lots of furniture, perhaps carpet on the floor, things like that. So we over communicate and we're really good in navigating, coming into somebody's space while they live
Yeah.
there and executing it and getting out of Dodge in a good time.
Right. That's one of the hardest things is coming into that occupied space and trying to figure out all the logistics of it.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tempting. I can't speak for all painting companies, but some companies like to throw a whole mess of people at it and take the whole house over for as long as they can. And Piper Family Painting has never been a big fan of that approach. I think 2 to 3 guys on a painting crew is really effective.
Okay.
Anything more than 2 or 3 guys, I think you have a guy that's hiding in a corner somewhere, letting all the hard workers do the work. And
Yeah.
I like how James looked at me and he said, you got that fourth guy.
you gotta watch out
I
for
get
that.
that. I get that, James.
But it's true. I've seen it with my own business. I've seen it also I've run projects for churches where we've had large volunteer groups, and the
Yep.
larger your group,
Yep.
the slower the project gets.
Yeah.
If,
agreed.
if you have 2, 3, maybe 4 people working on that project and they're all focused, you can get it done pretty quick. But you get a big group of 8 or 10 people,
Yeah.
and it sometimes takes double the time.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, too
Yeah.
many opinions going on.
Right.
Just like we were able to get in and get your space done.
Yeah.
2 guys, just a couple of days, we were able to knock it out.
Yeah.
2 motivated painters can get a lot done.
I love them. Young kids, too.
Yeah.
Young guys
Super
on the place.
polite. They're so well behaved and well mannered.
I hear that from all of our
Loved it.
clients. That's the
Clean.
best part of my daily job is to hear from our clients what nice, respectful boys we have working for,
Yeah.
for the team.
And they're on time. They're, there to work. They weren't messing around. They did what they're supposed to do, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, today they nailed a project before the day was up, and I've already been able to move them to another project that they're starting.
Fantastic.
Half a day ahead of schedule. Yeah.
Nice.
And for
great.
the uninitiated, that is such a huge task when it
Yep.
comes to anything in the construction industry is staying on top of a schedule, sticking to a timeline, and completing projects with precision right when you need to.
Yep. And you got to have the right guys, and you got to
Yeah.
have the right format, and you got to have the right environment, and
Right.
it's got to be creative, and it's got to be open to have your guys make mistakes. You know, right?
Yeah.
And
Everyone makes mistakes.
That's how we learn.
that's
Yeah.
right. And, you know, everybody has a man hours associated with their project. Everybody would
Mhm.
love to get through a job with no mistakes, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
You know, how you handle those mistakes. You know, do you communicate that to the homeowners? Do you tell me, or
Yeah.
do I have to find it? Right? Those go such a long way in
Yeah.
planning, proper execution with good process.
Right.
Especially now with social media and everything out there. They can destroy your business with one bad review, one good review helps does it
Totally.
equally.
And you
Yeah.
got to, you know, speaking of that, you know, I have in our laws for the company, and you know, you have to really be careful about social media. You know, we have to protect our brand. I don't want my guys just posting even their own content. You know,
Yeah.
and I know that our guys are proud about what they're doing. You know, most people are proud of their work, but they need to run it through a proper chain so that you can protect your brand and protect the image of the company for sure.
Don't get ideas, Ron.
Wait. There's limits. You can
There's,
do
limits.
that.
There's no limits. There's no limits. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, you have to sign off a contract to me before you could even start to work for me that says that you will take great care in not posting anything that is
Yeah.
not approved prior to me looking at it.
Right. Well, I mean, your employees are an extension of you, and if your employees are in someone's house, they are you. You know,
That's
and,
right.
and if they do something that's, you know, offensive or you know, make a mess and don't clean it up or whatever, they're coming to you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm the one that comes to the house and makes the sale. I sit down there sometimes for an hour at the kitchen table with the
Yeah.
homeowners, right? And then you just turn it loose on a couple of guys that don't care about what's going on. I can't live with myself.
Yeah.
Nor look myself in the mirror to do that. So.
Yeah. Especially if they're in the interior of someone's house. You know,
Huge.
You know, grandma could be in the house. You know, little babies can be in the house. You
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of factors in there.
We just did an occupied space here with a great gentleman, 40-year firefighter for New York Fire Department. Great guy. He had popcorn ceilings that he needed remediated, and we didn't want to take him down because we knew that there was
Environmental factors
issues.
in there. Yeah.
But we sprayed a really aggressive oil paint on it, and we encapsulated it, so there's not going to be any problems with it. But important is we had a gentleman who was in his 80s walking around the house, and I needed to make his home look like a crime scene. Just
Yeah.
in case this product came down off the ceiling, we would be prepared to handle it. And I
Right.
needed to leave his house like this overnight, you know. So even though we had plastic everywhere, we spent so much on tape because I did not want my client walking through the kitchen in the middle of the night tripping and falling
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
stuff,
Having
you know,
those loose ends out
and
there where you
having
could
a
trip.
loose end on
Yeah.
it, right? And it took the guys more time and effort to get it done, but it paid off because
Sure.
there was no problems, and I don't want none of the clients getting hurt.
Yeah.
Again, I couldn't live it myself if that was the
Definitely.
case.
So you had some holiday tips for homeowners.
Yeah, so the holidays are right around the corner, and if you guys are you're having a Christmas party or you're having people over for Thanksgiving, I have 3 areas that you might want to consider that you can do yourself. This is something you could do at home if you have your own paint left over from prior projects, and you just want to kind of refresh your space so it looks clean for your guests. So the first space would be your entryway. Everybody's going to see your entryway when they come through.
Yeah.
You might have an accent wall in there, or you might have a scuff or something on a baseboard or a door. That's a beautiful area to give your clients a fresh, inviting space when they walk in. Your dining room would be area number 2, where you might have Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner with your family. You might have, again, an accent wall in there or some trim that you might want to touch up. It shouldn't take you very long, and it's a high impact for when your clients come in. And then finally, your guest room. If you have anybody that's going to be staying the night or an extended time with you over the holidays, you might want to consider just freshening up your guest bedroom. Again, an accent wall or trim, or touching up some paint that you maybe have left over sitting in the garage.
Very
Your last
good.
project.
Yeah.
Great tips.
And if
How
you
do
want
I
people out of the house, is there a special color you want the room painted to get them out? Is there a special color to get people out of the house?
You probably could find colors that would push people out of the house.
Make them leave a little bit early, you know what I'm saying?
puke
Yes.
green?
Bright red. I can't
Totally.
sleep in here.
How
Colors-
do I not accidentally give myself the landlord special if I'm a first-time painter?
Well, you can call me. You can call James at Piper Family Painting, and we love to give away free advice. All right, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do and how to approach it so that you could avoid the landlord special. All right?
Wonderful.
That's number 1. Number 2 is get on YouTube. YouTube is a great place. There's a plethora of information. Piper Family Painting has a couple of videos
okay.
on YouTube as we're trying to grow that page. And just as a way to give information away, not everybody wants to pay a painter to come in and paint their house. And I'd love to give you all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the last 30 years.
Fantastic. How do
Wow.
people get a hold of you?
So our brand new website, we just launched, it's as of this week, it's brand new at www.piperfamilypainting.com. We'd love for you guys to swing by, take a look at the new website, tell us what you think. And if you can't find us there, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram at Piper Family Painting.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you guys.
And just a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. Special thanks to Proper Villains, For Tucson, We Care Tucson, 100 Plus Guys Who Give, all that and more after this break.
The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.
All right. Welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show. That was a really good segment we had. I guess we're hooking up some headphones here real quick.
We're sharing.
Yeah.
Matt and I are going to share today.
All right. Our next guests are Desert Sunset Realty, Matthew and Leah.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So tell us a little bit about your business.
I'll let you do the business.
Thanks a lot. Well, I am Leah Crandall with Desert Sunset Realty. I am a Tucson native, and my husband and I own the company, and I am the designated broker.
Ah, very nice. So residential and commercial, or
Primarily residential.
primarily? Okay.
Mhm. And we do a lot of new construction these days. That's the
Really?
latest, hottest thing, yes.
Oh. So it definitely would be better for a person that's interested in a brand new house to go ahead and get representation, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
early, before you go.
Okay, yeah. You don't want to be locked in if you go over there and start looking.
Well, if you go to the Ford dealer, you're going to get sold a Ford.
Ah, right. And you're the advocate for the buyers, so
Yes,
you know
to
what
show
to look
all the
for.
options.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what are some tips if someone wanted to get a brand new build?
Some tips are inventory changes constantly, and the builders don't necessarily have a vested interest in telling you what other builders are available.
Oh.
So that is the key of finding a professional that's willing to do the legwork and find out what's available for you.
Okay. Is there a lot of inventory out there?
There's more than you'd think, and it's
Yeah?
moving pretty quickly.
Okay. What's the hot spot in town?
There's actually quite a lot going on in Gladden Farms.
Ah.
All
So
of
up
the
in Marana?
builders, yep, out in Marana. We love Marana. And out in Gladden Farms, there's quite a few builders, and really the biggest thing they have going on are their incentive packages. You can still get 5%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
So do you have to buy down those points, or is it just something that's with that new build?
It is only with their lenders.
Ah, okay.
And all of them are different. So
Oh.
again, it helps to have someone in your corner to help you
Yeah.
navigate through it.
Yeah, because someone off the street they wouldn't know any of those details.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just walk in and whatever they tell you, you know,
Exactly.
you kind of have to accept it.
I hate comparing it to car dealers, but it is an easy example.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone's walked into a car dealer
Yes,
and had to buy
had
a
that
car.
experience.
Yeah.
Oh, so Leah, I'd actually like it if you could settle a little bit of an argument that I hear people talk about all the time.
Absolutely. Hit me.
Christmas time is right around the corner, and some people say it is the best time to buy a house right around Christmas time, and other people say absolutely not. You should never buy a house around Christmas time. What do you think? What is the best time of the year?
I think if you are looking for a deal, Christmas time is good because there are people that want to have things done by year end for tax purposes, other reasons. But a lot of inventory typically comes available after the holidays. It's good and bad. It's great because there's more selection for buyers. It's tough on sellers because there's more competition. It's good for the market. It keeps things moving. So you just kind of got to know where you're jumping in, what your angle is.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thanks.
Yeah, it does. So, how long have you guys been doing this?
Well, we have the company that we opened a couple of years ago,
Okay.
the brokerage. I've actually been in real estate almost 30 years now
Oh, wow.
in Tucson.
Yeah.
So very familiar, worked all over town, lots of lenders and title relationships long term, and that's always helpful too.
Yeah.
Bumps
it is.
happen.
And that's a Tucson thing.
Yep, it
It's
sure
definitely,
is.
It's a relationship town.
Yeah. And it always helps. Most people have a bad real estate story.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
I think
And
so.
if you have enough people in your corner, you can help alleviate a lot of that.
Yeah. It's kind of like the car dealership.
Yeah.
Everyone has a bad car dealership story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
besides Marana and Gladden Farms, what other hot spots are you seeing?
Actually, the Vale area continues to grow further and further out. Sahuarita is still going, and we're actually going further southwest.
Oh, really? Okay.
We're now selling new construction that's 30 to 40 minutes west of downtown.
Wow. Okay. Would
And-
that be out in Star Valley or is
Mhm,
that okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Out all over out there.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
it's growing, it keeps getting further and further from downtown Tucson.
Yes. Well, in every direction. So
Yeah.
Northwest used to be the primary traffic route just because of I-10.
Right.
And it's convenient to downtown. It's easy to get to. But now we can kind of branch out a little bit more. So Tucson's getting a little bigger.
Yeah. And these people that are moving in, are a lot of them from out of state?
No, actually, we have a lot of local business here. And what people don't realize is that with new construction, people think, oh, I have to get my house ready and put it on the market and deal with negotiations and offers and
Mhm.
buyers and things going wrong with their financing and things canceling. We have an influx with offers from our online buyers
Oh.
that have cash offers and flexible closing dates and
Hmm.
all of the happiness, except they're usually low offers.
Ah.
And
okay.
now they're getting better.
Yeah.
So the indicators are that the market's going to shift again and they're stocking up their inventory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it is a good time right now
yeah.
because
I-
you can take advantage of that on the front end and not have to be subject to wherever the market's at.
Okay.
Do we have any predictions for what the market may look like next year? Maybe if you have any opinions on if it's going to be a seller's market or a buyer's market.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have a report for any zip code all over town that can give you an up-to-date this week market report if it's a buyer's or a seller's market.
Oh, isn't that
Ah.
handy?
So happy you asked. And actually, if anyone would like a copy of a report for their zip code, you can email me directly, Leah at DesertSunsetRealtyTucson.com.
So you're telling me that if I know I want to sell my house in the next year, that I can check in with you just to see when it's going to be the best possible time. Is that?
You can check in and you can sit on the fence as long as you like and get a weekly report until you feel good.
Oh, that makes me feel secure.
There you go. Frank, what are your thoughts?
I'm just curious about the hero breakfast and all that cool stuff Matt does. And happy Veterans Day too, brother. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Frank. Well, I mean, we do the hero breakfast as well, and it's pretty simple. We take heroes to breakfast. We've been pivoting a little bit in that it is kind of hard to put 5 people together and plan a breakfast with everyone's schedules. So we've been offering it to organizations so that they can choose their heroes. So we're setting one up with Northwest Fire,
Oh, cool.
University Police Department, Marana Police Department, and Oro Valley Police Department. And I connected all of this through Impact Marana with the Marana Chamber of
yep.
Commerce, which is one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Very cool.
So if you are in a small business and you're not a chamber member, you really need to look into that. And Marana is the best.
Love the Miranda. We've been members for over 12 years
Oh, wow.
yeah,
with
probably
the chamber.
12 or 14. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're members of Marana Chamber, Tucson Chamber, and Oro Valley Chamber. Yep.
Good chambers.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've helped us a lot with the Hero Breakfast and,
Yeah.
connecting some pieces. We've been able to thank a lot of people And there is it is open nomination, so you can nominate your hero at herobreakfast.com. And it's just a few simple questions. It's not a lottery. Everybody gets a breakfast. I try to get everybody eventually. And everyone's a hero. If you believe they're a hero, we believe they're a hero. There is no limitation on it. We've had everyone from just moms for being a good mom nominated to SEAL team members and
cool.
school bus drivers and everybody in between. So it's awesome for us to be able to meet these people. But there's just a lot of heroes in the world. We believe a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
And we want to hear about people doing good in Tucson and doing good for each other. So that's kind of what it's about. And it's a nice component to what we do in real estate because we get to have a little more fun doing the Hero Breakfast than the normal real estate stuff.
What inspired you to start this?
Well, we're just surrounded by veterans and soldiers. I mean, first responders, and I mean, really and truly, it kind of was this blend of the fact that we have such a great community around us of first responders and veterans that have always just been there for us.
Right.
And also, I grew up here. And I went to high school at Amphi, and we had some hard times, and generally it was the have-nots of the world that helped us out. And so, just kind of over some time thinking about this stuff, and we were, trying to thank veterans really, and take them to breakfast and do stuff like that originally, just on a personal basis. But it just started coming together of more this idea of let's tell the untold stories and talk about the people who are unnoticed. And we absolutely want to celebrate the big stories of the people who make it on the news. But I mean, there's just a lot of people doing good, and our friend John McClane, simple stuff going out in the world and taking a veterans walk and talking to homeless people and just learning about their needs. It's easy,
right?
And it makes a huge impact.
Tell us real quick how we can get a hold of you.
HeroBreakfast.com or Matthew at DesertSunsetRealtyTucson.com.
All right. Thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you.
And special thanks to our sponsors, Tucson Tamale Company, Desert Sunset Realty, White Stallion Ranch, Always Faithful Home Inspection, Crest, Insurance, and more when we return.
The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.
All right, welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my co-hosts, Alyssa and Frank the Tank.
Hello,
Frank
hello.
How's it going, y'all?
It's a good day. It's a good day.
It's fun.
Yeah. So a couple segments ago, we were talking about the holidays. Piper was talking about the holidays, and we want to continue that conversation about the holidays with food. We have Frank from Tucson Tamale coming on right now. Frank, you there?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hello, hello.
My man.
Tell us
What's
about
up,
what's in
everybody?
store. What's new with Tucson Tamale?
Man, we're just finishing up making about another 1,000 cranberry turkey tamales.
Ooh.
You will have throughout Thanksgiving if they last that long, and if they are, we'll keep them going till we run out.
Aha. I've had some, and they are fantastic.
I know where we're going after this.
You had me at cranberry. You had me at cranberry, Frank.
And
Come on up.
for October, you had some pumpkin tamales that were just magnificent.
Well, yeah, we're actually doing those as well. We're out at the moment, but we should be stocked back up by Monday.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's creative.
Okay. So we can go today and Monday, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Come on in every day and try something new every day.
Yeah. So besides those tamales, what else do you have?
Whoa, man, burritos, hot sauces galore. We have, we make our own tortillas here. We make our own churro crisp. It's everybody else on me growing up, everybody used to call them buñuelo chips.
Oh,
But, yeah, we have those.
They're the bomb. I love them, Frank. Thank you for having them.
Oh, absolutely. We've been starting in with Tana's Botana. She does her ice cream nachos on there.
Oh.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Like horchata ice cream on top of those, and strawberry ice cream, so good.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow! Yeah.
I hear road trip, boss.
Yeah.
I hear road trip.
Speaking of on the
yeah, I think
road,
you guys need to. I know. Instead of going to Children Tucson, you better go tour all these places that got good eats.
Yeah.
definitely. But speaking on the road, do you do any catering?
Yes, we do caterings for all kinds of occasions: weddings, birthday parties, office parties, family parties, funerals, whatever the occasion is, we'll do it.
And
Whether
is-
happy or sad, we'll take care of you.
Is the catering through Tucson Tamale or?
Well, we have catering through Tucson Tamale, but we also have another business that we run out of here called La Movida Catering Company. That we do different kinds of catering that's not just tamales or burritos or anything like that. We can do pastas. We can do whatever you want to do. I just don't want to cook pizza. That's all.
Okay, so whatever
That's
my
fair.
flavor, you can do it.
Sandwiches
Yeah,
are really good
man,
too.
If you see something, if something on the menu doesn't fit your fancy, just talk to us. We'll figure it out.
Okay. And where all do you go? Do you pretty much cover the Tucson metro area?
We'll go to Tucson, South Tucson, Marana, Oro Valley, Vail, wherever you're at. We'll come to you.
All right.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
And you make a lot of very creative tamales that I've never heard of before or seen anybody else do. What was the inspiration behind these types of recipes?
Just, it was our take. We've done a Sonoran dog tamale, so it was our take on a Sonoran dog.
Huh.
We are going to do a paella tamale, so that's kind of our take on paella.
Oh, I'm so there.
We've done a curry tamale that's kind of like the vegan style. It's really, really good. There's so many that we've tried. It's hard to name them all. So we are bringing back some of the favorites again next year, like our vegan green or our cheese, the curry, and I'm probably going to bring back what we used to do is a chili relleno tamale. So thinking
Ooh.
about bringing that back for a month.
Okay. Are you pretty much going to do a different tamale every month?
Yeah, we're probably not going to do one for December just because we already have our hands full with everything else, so we won't have time to make
Understandable.
the special ones.
Yeah.
But January or February, we should have another year-long selection of specials.
Okay. And for several years in the past, you've been involved with the El Tour de Tucson bike race. Are you guys doing anything out there this time?
Not this year. We're
Okay.
knee-deep this year, so yeah.
You've just got too many things going on.
Oh, yeah, and I just don't have the staffing to be over there. It's fun. Well, it lasted for the past couple of years. It's bigger, brighter things
Yeah.
to do right now.
Yeah. It was wonderful getting out of the race and running over to your tent and grabbing a couple tamales.
I know, leaving your stuff there so I could babysit it. I remember. It wasn't about the food. It was about the babysitting.
It was about both. It was you always help me out. You're always there.
Oh, yeah. I'll help you guys out. We weren't going anywhere, so we could do whatever.
Right, right. So this is prime catering season for holiday parties. I mean, if people want to call you, how do they get a hold of you or go onto a website or something like that so that they can plan their parties and get it all catered?
Well, there's a couple of ways. With Tucson Tamale, you can either call the store, which is 520-403-1888, or you can look us up on Easy Catering and place your order right there online. That's the best thing to do. With La Movida, you can just go ahead to our website, look at the menu, shoot us an email, because we don't have online purchasing power there yet. So you actually have to talk to a real human.
Oh,
I know that's pretty crazy, right?
I like it.
But yeah, you can email us. We'll call you back, email you back, whatever you want to do. Give quotes online and whatever, It's just like I said, online ordering will be coming soon for La Movida. We're just working on it right now.
Oh, perfect. And I've been into the restaurant before. I can actually do a little bit of Christmas shopping for maybe some stocking stuffers. I've noticed you have a lot of niche hot sauces. Is that correct?
Oh my God, yeah, we have like over 300 hot sauces on the wall. So just so you know, for December, whoever's listening out there, we have a buy 3, get 1 free special we do every Christmas. And you can buy 3 get fourth one for yourself or whoever, and we have little containers. We have little containers to put them in that you can gift wrap or, put them under the tree, give to your favorite hot sauce person. And we have everything from pretty mild stuff to really, really hot, blow your socks off.
And a lot of them are small batch and very niche products that are made locally, right?
Absolutely. Well, Ron and I have a plan to make our own little small batch here as well. We're going to take a class with one of the local guys that does hot sauce here in Tucson.
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to High Desert Hot Sauce, Zach over there. He's going to teach us how to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Sounds hot.
Since we don't have enough on our plate, we're going to take that on too.
Wow.
Our plate gets bigger and bigger, bro.
It does. But it'll be a great partnership. I look forward to that.
Absolutely. I think we'll be very successful, and we can grow that so it's out of Tucson because people from all over the country order our Tucson tamale hot sauce. So
Yeah.
if we can do something like that, and we have a couple thousand cases going out a year, that's pretty successful.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't tried all 300 of your hot sauces yet. I've probably tried about 40. So
Yeah.
Oh, you should turn that into
I
a
don't know
bucket list item.
Yeah.
Or a special. Try all 300.
You guys know you can sample anything here you want. You just say, hey, what's good? We'll give you some chips and some water. You guys can sample whatever you want. So it's a try before you buy kind of place.
Oh, I
Except
wish I
for
would
the
have known
tamales.
that.
You have to buy those. You have to buy the tamales.
But that's a great thing. You can go over to your place. You can get a plate lunch. You could get a burrito and two sides, or you could get a couple of tamales and two sides. And then you have a little reach-in cooler that has a bunch of sample hot sauces that you can try different hot sauces on your different foods. You could sample several of them in one meal.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever we have open, and if there's something that you want to try that we don't have open, we'll pop one open for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can find the right combinations because each hot sauce is, just a little bit different. And
I'm just salivating just talking about tamales and hot sauce.
I know you had me at the paella.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to come up. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I haven't tried that one in who knows how long.
When do you think that one's coming up?
Probably February.
February. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
How long have you been making tamales for, Frank?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been making tamales for?
Well, we just turned 16. Well, actually, we'll turn 16 years old November 22nd, so next Friday.
Oh,
wow.
congratulations.
Whatever Friday it is.
Okay.
I don't even know what day it is. Sorry, guys.
Very good. So, Frank, tell us one more time where you're located and how people can check out your menu online.
All right, so we're up at 7286 North Oracle Road. So we're on the northeast side of Oracle and Ina, over by Tap and Bottle.
Right.
You can get us at TucsonTamale.com for all your tamale catering needs. And if you want something other than that, just look at us at LaMovida520.com, and we're there.
All right. It's a
can look at our
pleasure
menu.
it's a pleasure always talking to you, Frank. Just keep
Well,
on
you guys
making
have
those
a
tamales.
beautiful absolutely. Have a beautiful afternoon, guys.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
And special thanks to our sponsors, Piper Family Painting, Steamy Concepts, Dusk Till Dawn, or Dawn Till Dusk Landscaping, and our special favorite, Astrom Consulting. All that and more when we return.
The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.
And we are back. Thank you for joining us for Common Good Radio Show. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my co-host, Alyssa. And Frank, you're on the hot seat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
We get to hear all of your secrets.
Oh, there's not many, boss. There's not a lot going on up here. It's pretty vacant.
So, Frank, you work for Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
We're number one in the number two business.
There you go.
You're welcome.
What do you do with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing?
Whatever you tell me to.
That's the right answer. You're hired.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Fill the schedule. Shake babies, kiss hands.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your
usual.
title?
Director of creativity.
There you go.
Oh.
I love it.
For those who don't know Frank, he is so funny to be around. Anytime you go to a networking event, he's just the life of the party. I think director of creativity is such a great role for you.
Yeah, but I also have a face for radio, so that's good too, and a voice for Braille, according to Pastor John. So that was super nice.
Right. So we were talking about networking earlier with James Piper. Tell us why it's so important for us, especially a small business or maybe a business that's just starting out. Why is it so important in Tucson to be networking?
Community.
Yeah.
So once that's how you get involved is all community and word of mouth, and people have to see you, know, like, and trust you.
Right.
So the more events that you're at and everything else. So I don't go out looking for business for us. I look for business for other companies,
Yeah.
and that's a different approach.
It is. It is. And just like we were talking with Piper Family Painting, if we can refer each other, it just helps build both of our businesses.
That's it. We had referrals today from the Patch Boys.
Okay.
So we were doing an estimate for them. So that was super nice today.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've been one of our partners that we've been working with too.
Yep. Super important. That's how it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So we know we can do an instant phone call, and either James will take care of it or David will take care of it. So it's always having that extra team member too. So they're like extension of the company.
And I think some people don't know this, but you actually get your hands dirty once in a while.
On occasion.
On occasion.
There's
When
video.
allowed.
There's video proof of it too. It freaks the guys out. They're like, "Oh my God, the tank is doing something." So then they all take up. Now I know how it feels because I'm always in their face with cameras.
Right.
Like, you guys are doing great. As I'm in between my 4th and 5th lunch.
Right.
So big question. I coach a lot of business owners, and a lot of them kind of shrink away from networking because they're more introverted people. You're much more of an extrovert. What advice do you have for people that are just getting into networking or maybe like shy and just don't know how to jump into it?
Oh, that's a great question because I'm actually super nervous all the time. This is actually work because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Because in my head, it's like, oh, it's just super scary and freaky. But when you get out there, you just meet people. Just be your honest self. That's the easiest thing to do because people can know fake right off the bat.
Mhm,
Yeah.
So just be
I agree.
genuine and just try to help. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell people when they come onto the radio shows, I'm like, it's just like having a conversation with coffee. You
Yep.
know, if we just sat down at the coffee shop and we're having a conversation, I mean, this is basically the same thing.
Same thing. And it's also what you get in, what you put in. We're members of several chambers.
Right.
So it's weird going to events and people are like, oh, I joined the chamber and I never got anything out of it.
Yeah.
Then the follow-up question is, well, I haven't seen you at any events. And they're like, well, no, I never went.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of got to get out there because
Yeah.
just because you're a member doesn't mean you're going to get instant business.
Right.
Mm.
So they have to know, like, and trust you, and you have to be out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's completely true. It is actually, you get what you put into it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people are like, oh, I'm leaving the chamber. I never got anything. Well, I've been in it 12 years. I've seen you never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part of the problem.
I think people also underestimate how many points of contact it takes to change somebody over to a client. I mean, can you speak a little bit to that of how many times you've had to connect with somebody before they became a client?
At least, well, it depends because I have a different personality. So it could be as little as one time and be like getting their business, or it could be a bunch of times and not getting their business. And my focus is the people inside the business
Mm-hmm.
because I want to be in their homes and their neighborhoods, their residents.
Absolutely. We talk a lot about building a brand, but the implication is usually we're talking to business owners, building their brand for their business. You're not the owner, but you handle a lot of the marketing and you become the face of the business, and you have this brand built around you that is so authentically you, but also not your business. Do you have any advice for somebody else in your position? Because that is such a delicate position to be in.
It's fun. I'm super blessed at what I do. Every day, I think in high school, if you wrote down what you wanted to do as an adult, I couldn't have written down I wanted to go to like 5 different lunches every day and 3 coffees, boss, and be like, oh yeah, we got the job for you. That's perfect.
Right.
But it's also delicate in what not to post and when to post, and everything's all about algorithms and timing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a delicate balance too.
And you and Ron have such a great working relationship. I think that also plays a huge part in you being able to be so authentic
Oh, it's
with your
fun.
marketing.
Ron's amazing. I've never seen him angry except when he had to wear pants.
He's not
True
wearing
story.
pants right now.
It was miserable. He's looked so miserable wearing pants and painting the building. That was about it. Only 2 times in 12 years. I'm saying that.
Yeah. I don't like wearing pants. Yeah.
No, it could be 40 degrees out. Boss is wearing shorts.
Oh yeah. Even when I'm cycling, I'm it's 35 degrees or whatever. I'm still wearing shorts.
I'm inside in a Snuggie
Same.
on Facebook going, oh, wow, look at Boss. He's doing great.
Under a heated blanket.
That's it. No, I'm born and raised in Tucson, so I'm used to
Yeah.
110 degree weather. So anything below 90, I need a jacket.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm not a
Same.
big fan of the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely, I mean, Tucson is a relationship town.
And that's
Mhm.
what we're doing. We're in the L Tour with our cycling team.
Yeah.
And then also on that same Saturday, we're in the Lung Force walk at the U of A.
Right.
We have the food truck food fights coming up that we're also sponsors with.
Yeah, that's exciting. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we also have, you have the brands for the seasoning. So I figured that'd be a great introduction with the food trucks. And then we have our own seasoning. So it's like a no-brainer win thing.
Yeah.
Except I don't watch sports. And I totally forgot it's a Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, I focus more on food.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the Barstool guy that still had it, and I thought maybe pizza was involved. And no, it's gin and juice. My dad would call my brother to talk sports.
Yeah.
So he was like, "I'm gonna call my real son and talk sports," and hang up on me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good times. I know my role. Left out.
Oh no. It's okay. I don't get sports either.
So just for everyone to know, Frank usually doesn't have any tools to do any of the jobs.
No, you took them away.
I did, yeah.
They're in storage.
And
somewhere.
all the sharp objects.
True story. I got a gift from a supply house. It was a knife, and we did an over/under on how long it was going to take for me to get hurt.
Yeah.
I cut myself opening the package. So I don't think
Oh.
anybody planned that one. I'm totally mechanically not inclined. And my
Okay.
daughter works on airplanes, so she got that from her mom.
There you go.
Yeah, I know my role. So it's small things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an achievement. Cutting yourself opening the package to a knife.
It's a gift. I got a little distracted. I was like, and it was a camouflage knife too, and I lost it. I forgot where I put it.
But you will see Frank on a lot of job sites taking pictures, taking videos. I mean,
Encouragement.
Yeah,
Yes.
encouraging the guys.
It drives them nuts because their days just get longer when I show up. They're like, great. He probably had 4 lunches and he didn't bring us anything.
Right.
All right, guys, you're gonna do a TikTok, choreographed, everything.
That's it. Here's your steps.
Learn them by noon.
Right. But just doing all that stuff and learning the digital marketing, you have to be creative. It's a gift. It really is.
That's why I'm the director of creativity.
Yeah.
Because it's always going. It's like, oh, I should do this differently.
Yeah.
Because it's always trying to tweak what you could do different and better.
Yeah. So for a small business, if the business owner has to do it themselves, or if they have their own version of Frank, what tips would you give them for the digital marketing?
Sleep is overrated.
Oh,
Sleep
Yeah.
is way overrated. Because we're up about 3-4 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
And then I like to kind of organize my plans for the day in social media posts of what's going on. So that way it's on top of mind and relevant.
Yeah. And you talked about different times of the day and different algorithms.
Yes. So everything's different. So my favorite's Wednesdays at 3 o'clock because Facebook, that's the most active, is Wednesdays at 3.
Really?
Oh, that's good to know.
No idea.
I had no idea. Yeah.
So those are mostly the scheduled posts at 3.
Okay.
Kind of weird. So if you see, like, why is Frank doing this? And the kind of reasons behind it.
Yeah.
Can you talk to any trends that you're seeing on social media sites that business owners can take advantage of?
Reels and videos,
Mm.
which are my weak points. I'm not good on the videos yet. The reels are kind of cool, but I got to get better on the video game.
Okay. Yeah, video is much more, it's higher performing than just a static photo, right?
It is, and
Okay.
you get different algorithms to that too, because people that might be in your feed might not might see it, as
Mm.
opposed to people that might not. So it's kind of cool because you get different reaches, different
Oh.
touches.
That's good to know.
And Google likes different things, right? Google likes, well, they're changing all the time.
I call them the mob. Just pay them, and they'll give you whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, just pay them a small monthly fee. And
But they like, if you're not just taking like a picture of an air conditioning unit, they want a person next
Pictures.
to that air
They want a
conditioning.
face.
Yeah, they want
there's
that
no,
face.
that's not AI generated.
Yeah.
Mm.
We were just at a presentation, and their folders were AI generated, and the figure was a lady on the cover, and she had 3 fingers
Yeah.
because that was AI generated.
Right.
So I like to be in your face and more personal.
Yeah.
But with AI becoming so ubiquitous, how can business owners use AI properly?
AI is amazing because if you go to just ChatGPT and just type in what you want to talk about, and then it'll just flow eloquently or however you want it to sound. Because you can tell AI and how you want to sound, how you want to come across.
Okay, so
So
use
mine's
it
are
for,
kind of filtered.
so use it for writing descriptions, not necessarily generating photographs.
Right.
Okay.
But it's kind of cool for photographs because you get weird things like raw salmon upstream because you said I want to see salmon in the water and it'll be just raw fish because it doesn't know the difference. So
That's true. Yeah, you have to be very distinct in what you're telling it.
yes. And
But
this,
it's supposed to learn also, right?
it is. It's getting really. It's a lot. It's getting smart. I think. Have we seen this in Terminator? I'm
Yeah.
Kind of liking the way this is going.
The machines are going to take over.
Machines are coming for us.
Now, for business owners who are just starting out with their digital marketing, what advice do you have to tell them specifically when it comes to that perfectionism of getting that first perfect post?
Don't just give up on it. It's not going to happen. But just keep your Facebook and business pages too, because a lot of people either have one or the other. But I think it's important to have business and your Facebook page, so you can kind of delegate both. I have 7-8 different Facebook pages.
Oh,
Yeah, we do about 17 different social media platforms on a monthly basis,
oh wow, that's a
daily
lot.
basis. It's fun. Like again, sleep's way overrated.
I see that.
And you're just learning yesterday about indoor air quality. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's amazing. I had no idea they had hydrogen peroxide particles in it to disinfect the air. So
Yeah.
if you sneeze within like 3 feet, that whole virus sneeze blast is gone
Yeah.
within seconds from the stuff we learned about. So
Cool.
give us a call. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
There you go.
Perfect. And special thanks to our sponsors, Duran Coaching, CB2PGA, PEP Incorporated, Roman Campuzano with Country Financial. And remember, when it's dark, it's night.
We'll see you next week.